Welcome to Review Mean, the channel where we go an extra mile to simplify your movie decisions. Today we'll be analysing the movie Sisu Road to Revenge. This is a sequel to 2022's Sisu, starring Jorma Tommila and written and directed by Jalmari Helander. I hope I didn't just butcher the names. After noticing the internet buzzing about this movie, I decided to check out what my favourite reviewers had to say. At the time of this video, these were the critics that had reviewed the movie. So we'll be keeping this short and sweet. Jeremy Jahns has 3 words to sum up this movie.
Action, blood, death.
He sees this sequel as an unapologetically fast-moving action ride, one that kicks off immediately and barely pauses long enough for you to catch your breath. For him, the film leans into the impossible in a deliberate, entertaining way, pushing past realism not out of desperation, but out of confidence and flair. The humour is dark, but doesn't interrupt the tension, and the short runtime keeps everything tight and punchy. He highlights how the action becomes a kind of stylish exaggeration, not meant to be taken literally, but enjoyed for the creativity behind it. Despite the low budget, he thinks it out-entertains many major Hollywood releases, offering brutal hits and bold set pieces that stay engaging from beginning to end. Overall, Jeremy sees Sisu Road to Revenge as a wildly enjoyable, highly rewatchable action movie that proudly embraces its own outrageous identity. We'll convert his opinion to a 4 out of 5. Adam walks away far less impressed, feeling that the film never quite finds the balance it's aiming for. He thinks the tone is caught between gritty seriousness and cartoonish absurdity, and because the movie never commits fully to either, the result feels emotionally flat. The silent protagonist, in particular, leaves him disconnected from the action, since there's no real personality behind the mayhem. The spectacle is there: big trucks, exaggerated destruction, non-stop violence. But for Adam, it all plays out without the charm or wit that could make those moments land. While he acknowledges the strong score and occasional sparks of style, he ultimately feels the sequel repeats the issues he had with the first film, only with less impact. For him, it's a decent idea stretched into a film that doesn't deliver on its potential, making the film a notable disappointment. We'll give this a 2 out of 5. Sean sees the sequel as a true step up from the original, praising the bigger action, more emotional moments, and the cultural depth behind the filmmaking. He notes how the director leans into Finland's history and identity, giving the movie a distinct personality that sets it apart from typical action fare. The film blends cultural texture, wartime influences, and stoic tone with exaggerated action that, while physically impossible, still delivers a huge amount of fun. Sean appreciates that the film has a real sense of style, something intentional and rooted in the director's background, which makes all the chaotic, over-the-top moments feel purposeful rather than random. Even when the physics go out the window, he sees it as part of the charm, giving the movie a playful spirit that enhances the spectacle. Overall, he finds this to be a more polished, more entertaining, and more memorable entry than the first film. He gives the movie an A- rating and says it's a must-see. This is a 4.5 on our scale. Kermode approaches the film by comparing it to a wide range of influences: Indiana Jones, James Bond, Buster Keaton, Fury Road, and John Wick, but ultimately decides it feels closest to Sam Raimi's Evil Dead films. To him, the movie isn't just action. It's a form of slapstick comedy where the violence is choreographed with the rhythm and creativity of an old-school physical gag. The truck-based sequences give it a chaotic, explosive energy, and Kermode is impressed by how inventive and playful the action becomes. He sees the film as a kind of controlled madness, constantly finding new ways to surprise the audience with its imaginative choreography. Even when the destruction borders on absurd, the creativity keeps it entertaining. For Kermode, the movie succeeds by turning violent chaos into something almost comically artistic. And that's what makes it fun to watch. We'll give this a 4 out of 5. Now let's round up the numbers and convert to percentage. The review mean score for Sisu Road to Revenge is 73% compared to 96% on the tomatometer. So chances are pretty good you'll have a fun time with this one, unless you fall into the Adams category. If you're up for a good, loud, slightly ridiculous ride, this one might just hit the spot. There you have it, folks. But what about you? Did our score match your vibe? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if this helped you make a more informed decision, or gave you one less thing to Google today, give a big thank you to the amazing reviewers we featured by subscribing to them, support their work, and of course smash that subscribe button for Review Mean. Like, comment, share, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, let the numbers do the watching for you.